Alright, welcome back to the League Race, this time with TTML for round number 9 of Division 3 here at the Circuit of the Americas for the US Grand Prix. Dry qualifying, dry race, happy days. So, getting into this one, I was looking forward to this because I love this track. I always have. I go well here for many different reasons. So I'm excited at the prospect of this race because it's my last best chance, I think, to get a properly good result. So there's the setup, a little bit different than normal, but I find it really works here. And big improvements from like my previous outing here in terms of pace-wise leading up to it than FTRL. Anyways, here's my best lap in qualifying in the end. I did a 29.9. I was very happy with that because, you know, I think my PB is a bit quicker than that, but still very happy to get that on the board, especially a good lap here on the board. So it ended up being my best lap. I ended up finishing 5th, so I'm in a good spot here. Like, Superman just does a 29 flat. That's insane, honestly, just ridiculously quick. If I had a do-over, because with the pace of Degili at the start, it kind of blindsided me from the pace of Superman, but yeah, oh well, didn't work out in the end, sadly. So in terms of a title challenge and such, but anyways, on my behalf anyway. So race will be very straightforward. It'll be softs to mediums, lap 8, 9 or so, depending on the traffic. And my teammate starting at 7th as well is a good sign as well. So plenty of opportunity for some good points for the team. I think we're close to wrapping up 3rd place in the standings, and that's about as good as we could ask for, really. So here we go then. 28 laps, about 45 minutes, all going well. Well, longer if you have the safety car or something. Anyways, here we go. Get those lights on immediately. Here we go then. 4, 5 red lights. And away we go. It's not a bad start, but Felka just gets a much better one. Going to pick up the slipstream of Janet. Going to stick to the outside here, nice and easy. Nice and easy. Plenty of space given. And I don't know how that's happened. So we got wing damage lap 1, which isn't ideal. I don't know what happened between Felgen and David. I don't know if David just lost the back end or whatever. I also don't know how the right side of my wing was the one that exploded. I don't know how. How is that possible? Like, if the damage is on the left hand side, just be it, right? I don't. How does that work? How does that even happen? That the right side, the side that wasn't made contact with, is the one that got damaged. But anyways, this is really bad because now I was in the top 5 position starting on the grid, and now at the end of the lap, well, I'm pitching under a safety car. Just basically switch to the alternate strategy. Then I just debate where I'd go hard to the end. Decided not to in the end, and hope that safety car wouldn't screw me. Later safety car, but this is tough now because now we're basically on, with the top 10, and now we're with the guys like outside the top 10 or mediums. Based on that strategy, now we're in 13th place. So yeah, not ideal. It's pretty tough. That's tough to take because if it was the left side of the wing, maybe I could report it or something. But the right side of the wing was the one that blew up, so which made contact with nothing. So I don't know, the air. So good stuff, Codemasters. Anyways, safety car restart. I actually initially had a better start than Jane there, but then I just understeered a bit in that last part of the corner. And I think he must have the same issue. Anyways, nothing really doing into this first bit here. I'm in a racing point sandwich between David as well, who also obviously would have had some damage too, I believe. Anyways, we're just going to whiz through this bit because David here is going to be putting the pressure on behind. He tries. Again, why would you go for the move? I left it the space, but like, why would you not just wait and just go for a move up this straight? There's no DRS, so you can just whiz on past. I'm not going to use 40% ERS to fight a move that is going to happen. So, if I turned into that corner and he got spun around, he'd only have himself to blame because it's a lack of patience, really. Anyways, 14th place then. We'll let him chop on, and hopefully we can stay within his DRS or something, or whatever the case may be. But he's lap 7. He was overtaking a few cars in the meantime. Well, it was one car, which is Atlas Scopa, who is here in front of me. So he's struggling a bit, is Atlas here. So, but there's commotion in front though. So I'm trying to find a safe way through. And there's a bit of a train of cars. The field's getting spread out a bit because the people in different places, with different paces rather, in places that people can't quite overtake or whatever. And there's gaps emerging basically. Felgen's quite close here behind, but I want to try and make this move on Atlas if I can. I'm going to send the one down the inside. Nothing really doing. Leave the space, to be fair. So I'm not going to go for a stupid. People like to use overtake out of this corner here, and every instance I've seen, they end up trying to go side by side through this corner, and then end up getting either spinning someone or getting swiped. So it doesn't work out well. There's a VSC deployed, which my teammate pitched under. So we do get by a few people here who pitch under said VSC.
3 people pit.
So that's up to 9th place. David's still 2.3 seconds up the road, and he's overtaken Charlie, who I need to dispatch quickly. So it's ending now, and we'll get underway racing once again. Felgen's behind me on the hards. He pit under that safety car for hard, so he's going to try and go to the end here on those tyres. As my teammate pits, he got screwed over by that VSC. He lost a bit of time, whereas people got to pit under that VSC. Charlie pits then, which releases me into P number 9. And my teammate will be out ahead, I believe. Oh no, he won't be, but of course I have to pit again, of course. So
that I was ahead, are gonna get me now, look at.
So yeah, he's lost out position to my teammate. So he was a little annoyed about that, but not to worry. I'm sure he'll turn out for the best later on. Lap 11. See how I'm running. I think I'm running 310 wings. Felgen came absolutely raced. I don't know how much energy he used to try and get up to the spot, but I'm going to try and defend this anyway because I had to pit here, and this is someone I might be fighting to come to the end of the race. So ideally, I don't want to let him get too far ahead if I can. Ideally, so we're going to defend that for the time being, and. See, David's still like less than 3 seconds up the road. Kiki up the road as well. So this is kind of who we're fighting at this stage of the race now, or maybe later on in the race. Lap 14, still nothing much doing, apart from Superman, who has made a stop. I didn't actually mean to use overtake down here. I wouldn't have. I wanted him to get by me, but my overspeed with the overtake, he sends one to the inside to Superman, completely compromises my exit, right into Felgen's grasp, who I was keeping at bay after that initial attack. I didn't mean to use overtake heading down that main straight. I wanted him to get by, but I thought perhaps he wouldn't go for the dive. It was Superman, but he did, and the way it happened, I could have easily broken my wing. I could have easily broken my wing, and I didn't mean for it to happen like that. I didn't mean to use overtake. I didn't realize halfway down the straight I realized I was using it. So, anyways, now see, Superman's already pulled out a second. I have no protection from this now. I have 4 tenths. Like, you see how far behind Felgen was trying to have a go last time? This is going to be a very easy move. So I'm annoyed because I'm trying to keep this guy behind because this is someone I'm racing here. And basically there he goes. I'm like, I was quite annoyed by that because it didn't work out the way it should have in my mind anyways. Lap 16. I was hoping some people wouldn't come into the pits as early as this, but sadly everyone had the same idea. So unfortunately, we're going to have to try and make this up on track. A few penalties are beginning to creep up now, like Tom, like Kiki, a couple of guys like that. So, Sean, I think, is one as well. So this is where we're. I was hoping this would, be there to make a difference for the podium, but this is where our race is now. So, anyways, you're going to see how blistered. Like, I feel like I've been pent up for a lot of this race. Now you're going to see some of this speed unleashed. So, Felgen will go on, try and go to the end of the race. See here, I'm 1.1 seconds behind Kiki. My confidence on these softs was immediate, instantaneous. You're going to see that very quickly here as well. Now we're going to unleash this pace I feel like I should have been using to try and get 3rd or 4th and these kind of positions from my P5 earlier in the had I not got the wing damage. So now we're going to go for it. And already you can see how much more confident and quicker I am than Kiki. So now we're going for it, and we're already within that DRS, and I'm gonna go for it because I can't. I'm not waiting around here. It's time to go. I feel like I've been unjustly done by the game for that stupid wing damage on the right hand side against air. So now I'm going for it. So I bail out of my overtake as quickly as possible. I'm gonna make this move on Kiki, who doesn't choose to fight it. I moved over a little bit to get back to the braking line somewhat. I may have moved over a little bit too much on him, so if I did, I apologise. But yeah, we're not messing around. Tom was 3.2 seconds in front. We're going to try and whittle that down as quickly as he can to get into that penalty range. Lap 18, we're working on it, but Stina spins as we are trying to pull the gap down to Atlas Scopo as well. So again, moving through this traffic is going to be key, and thankfully at this track you can overtake, but catching people at a certain point in the track can lead you to trouble. So have to stick with it, have to keep moving. I knew I was going to get a really good run coming out of this now this last corner because I'm on softs and Atlas is on mediums here. So we're going to go for this move here. He's got no DRS. It's going to be an easy move to make in the end. And a little bit of overtake, get through.
You're still in this.
Go to make this move. And like Langfield's got penalties here in front. And Tom is just up the road.
He's taking the piss here.
So let's chop on. This is good stuff for moving through the field here. There's a lot of people on mediums and stuff in the front and hards. So we're going to keep chopping through. Lap number 25, we're moving right ahead here. Tom gets to move on Stevie G. See, this is what we're at. Like, we've caught up to Tom. We've erased that 3-second lead. And now Stevie G is here on mediums. We're absolutely eviscerating these guys on these medium tyres in terms of pace. So now, I'm trying to hopefully I'm hoping that I'll be able to skip by Stevie G soon. He actually moves out of my way, so I really appreciate that. Very appreciative of that. So just let him know. Thank you very much. Anyways, we're going to chop on because Langfield's in our penalty range now. And these are guys that are catching the likes of Felgen, my teammate, David. These guys are just up the road here, so we're well within a chance for maybe even the podium. And at 27, we are within the podium. Everyone in front here has got penalties. And I'm here at the back in the P8 here as Felgen then on his dying hards. I felt like I had to get this move done quickly because if I was stuck behind him on the hards in Sector 1, I felt like I would have maybe lost the time that I needed to try and get a podium or P4, soft versus hard. So I'm going to go for it here. I'm going to pick up the toe, overtake. I'm going to use everything I can. He's still ahead. I'm going to try and brake a little bit later. I cooked the braking. I hit the back of Tom. I lost the wing. I'm going to give these positions back. I was going to give them back anyways. Let them both go. And in my mind here, I did everything right. I did everything right here, I think. I let the positions go. Regardless whether the game told me to do it, I would have done it. Regardless, because that's not me. I'm not here to make up overtakes for slamming into cars and dive bombing. That's not me. If I feel it's unjust, I'll give it back. So I messaged the second I crossed the start finish line. I messaged Tom to say sorry about that. He still reported me. This is the guy I'm trying to cooperate with to win the constructors in FTRL against all the odds. I was livid with his report on me for that. Because here's the thing. This changed nothing for them. They both had penalties. Tom still finished ahead of Felgen. They weren't going to overtake the people in front of them. It was a DRS train. Let's be real. It wasn't going to happen. He'd overtaken Felgen, who he needed to overtake on those hards. It wasn't going to happen. The only person who lost out from this situation was me, because you're going to see here, I'm dying through this section. A podium was mine. That podium was mine. I had it, and I risked a move I didn't need to. I'm going to spend my second warning here. And I lost out on the podium. It was my fault. It was my mistake. I bore the punishment. The fact that Tom went looking for an additional punishment to try and move up the field, move up one place, was very, very petty. And I was very, very annoyed at it. So, absolutely... Thankfully, the stewards said no further action because I gave the places back, common sense should prevail. So I was really, really annoyed about that. Really, really annoyed. So, yeah, honestly, pretty petty. I could have, the same logic, I could have reported David for turn 1, lap 1, because he finished ahead of me. Hence, I could have reported him. But no, you use your head, use common sense. And... it's like, okay, well, it's not his fault the right side of my wing exploded on nothing. There was contact, sure. I could have reported it. I've seen reports for less, hence the one that was sent in. So, anyways, I didn't get the podium in the end. My teammate did, so I'm very happy for him to get that podium. I did feel like I obviously threw away one because, P5 though still isn't bad considering everything that happened lap 1, considering the wing damage at the end there. You know what, P5 to P5 after all that happened, I'll take that. That's fine. The big picture stuff here, I'm looking for P3 in the standings. I know David finished ahead of me. Again, I could have reported him if I wanted to, try and gain the advantage, but it would have been stupid, right? It would have been stupid. I'm not here for stupid reports as much as I can, I'm not out here to just move someone down for the sake of moving someone down. So, again, congratulations to Tom if he wanted to try and jeopardize that respect, between myself and him, for one place, congratulations. I hope it was worth it. So, yeah, that was stupid. And I discussed along with him in the DMs about why it was so petty and why I was upset about it. But, yeah, anyways, thankfully, no further action. there's the standings. So I'm in fourth. Jane DNF'd after he had an incident with someone. I think it was Charlie he had an incident with. So I'm on 140 points, 9 ahead of David to try and see this P3 out with Singapore to come. Again, I don't mind Singapore. It's a bit rougher on this game than other games. My pace isn't quite as strong there. I might try and find another setup that works. I want this P3 in the standings. I will try my best to get it. I got a nice buffer. I just have to make sure I don't have a disaster race, basically. And I should be good. I'm not sure if Superman will try and go last to first now that he's the champion. Congratulations to him. So maybe he will. So that might give David a position that way. So we'll have to see what happens. I can't remember what happened last time we were here and where David finished and such. But so if Johnny has a bad race and I had a good race, I mean, who knows? I could even jump second. But I'm not looking at that. I'm looking at third more so. So yeah, that's going to do it for the round number 9 of FTRL USA. Disappointed not to get the podium. I think I was going to get, beer from the first lap where the wing exploded and I would have felt confident about my ability on penalties, or my own mistake then on the last lap to throw that one away. But yeah, unfortunate. But again, bigger picture, we're looking at P3 here, and if we get P3, then I think that could be considered a successful season. But anyways, thanks very much for watching, and until next time.